Yep, give me 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
30-second warning.
30 seconds.
This was the Nassau drill we'd be done. Nassau drill would be on the beach.
All right, go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead, Chris.
We good? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Hagerman. This time it's my honor to turn the microphone over to First Assistant Chief Tim Dunham.
Thank you. Welcome, everybody to Hagerman. Good luck to all teams. Good luck to officials. Let's have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. At this time, I ask that you all please rise. Before we play our national anthem, we have a couple of things that we're going to ask for a moment of silence for. Bobby Peckham passed away recently on June 29th. Bobby was also known as Pex. Spent many years as a dedicated volunteer for the Cold Spring Harbor Fire Department, where he was chief, and then he moved on to Huntington Manor. Bobby was fully immersed in the drill teams of both departments, where he led and captained championship teams over the years. He could be recognized on the sidelines by his signature red hat, and his Huntington Manor team held multiple state records at one point. Additionally, Bobby was dedicated to establishing other drill teams in the area and helped change the dinner dance. Bob continued to attend and follow the drills on a weekly basis until his retirement, particularly the live stream in later years. Bob is survived by his wife, Judy, 4 children, and 12 grandchildren. At the end of our national anthem, we ask that you all please remain standing for a moment of silence in honor of Bob and also all of our military throughout the world protecting our freedoms. At this time, I'd like to turn the microphone over to Faith Williams for the singing of our national anthem. All please, hats off, hands over heart, facing our nation's colors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Faith. Great job. Once again, I ask that you all please remain standing. With that said, hey, Billy, turn on the lights. It's time to crown a county champion at Hagerman.
All right, everybody, welcome to the show. Here we are at Hagerman, New York for the annual Suffolk County drill. Cloudy skies, little breeze, cool temperatures. Nice day for racing if we don't get any precipitation, and looking forward to a great drill. I'm Paul Susskind of the Bayshore Redskins, joined by Rob Noonan, West Sable Flying Dutchman, and Lenny Gombert of the St. James Wildcats. And hopefully your favorite Billy Cornell will slide in here later. Fellas, I'm looking like...
Okay, track is ready. Lights are set. First contest to be run is three-man ladder. New York State record, 6.00, held by West Sayville. Track record, 6.05, held by Central Islip. There is no overtime in any event with the exception of motor pump. No overtime.
I'm thinking
First
you got
team through the lights.
Well, I'll tell you
Number
second.
4 on your program, the Lindenhurst Snails.
The Snails coming to the line. I'm thinking you got to score north of 25 today, fellas, to get in the top. I would say maybe top 3. It's going to be heavy numbers at the top.
Yeah, what do you call it? I think 20 points. You'll see multiple teams as we get our drill started with Lindenhurst. We got Keith and Brendan on, Kevin right behind him there. We're real tight with each other. A couple of Yellowbirds jerseys
I thought
on.
those were bright snail jerseys.
Couple of Yellowbird jerseys on those snails.
7.31. 7.31.
Making a little statement there in Suffolk County is the Lindenhurst Snails. It's a long story. We may get into it
Up to the
later.
lights, and your host for
Hagerman
today's
takes the
Suffolk
line.
County Championship, the Hagerman Gamblers.
So, Paulie, use that dreaded word precipitation. We've seen way too much of that this racing season.
couple
so
years worth.
So let's not use that word again. But I do think, based off the weather report, we should be pretty good.
Speaking of the cat being dragged in, here he is. Billy Cornell will join us in a sec, straight from Disney World. Best shot this season, 7 flat for the Gamblers. Home track, you think hopefully it's a little bit better than that. They have to improve in the beginning of the day, fellas, right? We've been talking about it.
A little bit of change here. You got Aaron running second. I think he's been running third in the past. I got all 3 climbers on.
Little stutter at the end for the third man.
Yeah, he was behind. Aaron put up a good number there as the second man. And
Time
I
for
don't know how
Hagerman.
the start was. He got out late. but-
7.13. 7.13.
Yeah, I don't know what that second man number was, but Aaron's number, I'm sure, was pretty good, right up there with some of the best in the
Up
sport.
to the lights, number 7, the Central
Speaking of which-
Islip Hobos.
You know, next on the scorecard is actually the Islip Wolves, who are here today. Islip will be running 4 races later in the day, not participating in 3-man, so that's going to bring us to the CI Hobos. They can run a good shot.
Yeah, he put up a nice shot in the Joe Hunter.
620, their best shot of the year at that Joe Hunter. The crazy thing is they have the track record at 605 here as well, so good track for them. .620, that's a massive shot.
And the hush falls over the crowd.
All right. Yeah, you hear a pin drop.
I don't know, what's that about? A little stress.
All right, we're off. Hobos. Jason and Eric are on. Richie right behind him.
It was.
We
It's
talked
like
about last week
yeah,
how
Richie's
much room
running
he's
an
got.
individual ladder.
I saw, I had 414 to the bottom.
Time
It's
for
a solid.
Central Islip. 6.35.
635, the big number at the start.
35.
Not only is Eric a compact individual
Up to the
in
lights.
terms of he's,
number
you know,
8,
not the tallest guy,
the
but
Bayshore
he is scampering.
Redskins.
So, guys, before Bayshore runs, we're going to see somebody noticeably absent from Central Islip today. There's going to be no Billy Miller. He's under the weather and cannot make the drill. So, Billy, we hope you feel better real soon and get you back out on the track as quick as possible.
Yeah, shout out to him. I mean, when's the last time he came to a drill and didn't see Billy Miller?
Yeah, shout out to Billy.
Yeah,
Get
that-
well. We miss you, Bill.
That could be a trivia question in and of itself.
One you don't want, actually.
All right.
Here's Bayshore.
Redskins are off.
Yeah, smooth finish.
Nice solid climb for CJ there.
433 in us in the mid-6s.
Time for Bayshore. 6.73. 6.73.
Yeah, best shot of the year right there for Bayshore.
673. I mean, you're
Number
talking
9,
that in a
the
12-team
Farmingville
tournament, you would think that has a chance, but we have some good 3-man ladder teams. Next up's going to be Farmanville. 673 could be, that could be 4 points or it could be on the cusp, in these small drills.
Yeah, we keep waiting for Farmingville to pop one. A lot of youth there.
Yeah, 73 is going to be pretty good. That's going to get a cooking number.
You look
today.
at their second
no doubt
man.
about it.
We talked about Eric Miller being, a compact individual. The second man here is
He's
rather
tall.
stretched
Ooh, a
out.
little miss up top. All 3 climbers bunched up.
Yeah, first man slipped early on.
Time for Farmingville. 8.93. 8.93.
All right, 893. Here comes
Up
North
to
Linden. You
the
know what I was
lights,
surprised about?
Number 10.
What were you
the
surprised
North Lindenhurst Piston Knockers.
A great addition to the to the website is where you can view the history of the drill going back to 1940. And North Lindy, I was shocked, had only won this drill 7 times. In all
They've
those,
only
we're
won the
talking
county
about, what
drill
is it,
7 times in all these years?
75 years, 78 years.
Well, they only started around.
I know
what?
they're only running
Yeah.
since 1960, late 60s or 70s, but still.
Yeah, I would have lost that bet. All right. Good start for the Knockers. Ducky's on. Ooh, a little miss on his second step.
Yeah, we don't see that.
Kevin's got a hold up at the top.
Try to play the game here. Out of sync, maybe.
Time for North Lindenhurst.
Didn't work.
10.80. 1080.
1080, you don't see that too often. That one's not going up on their wall, I can tell you that.
Up to the lights.
Miller
Number
Place
16. The Miller Place Extinguishers. Hey, Stevie.
Miller plays 688 at the Joe Hunter drill. No points there for that, though.
Oh. This track, 673, their best ever. They would love to improve on that. Are they healthy?
They got Chris back. He climbed a little bit on Thursday, so I think we'll see him there in B&C ladder.
All right, extinguishers are ready. All right, first man gets out a tick early. I think he left right. The other 2 guys were a little behind. All 3 climbers on. All right, nice solid climb there.
Yeah.
Second man got away. The last guy just a little bit at the end there.
That little bit of
Time
a jump
for
might
Miller
have hurt him.
Place. 6.86. 6.86.
That's 686, yeah. Slots in for third right
Up to
now.
the lights. Number 17. The West Sayville Flying Dutchman.
I got Roger chiming in from Vegas with kegs and eggs saying good morning.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Did you do that this morning, Billy?
Billy, that sounds like an invitation.
I just got done putting out a detour on Horse Block Road.
So you can sit down and have kegs and eggs.
All right, West Sable
The electrician's
on the
good.
line. All right, they're off.
646 at the Joe. Here we go.
Our boys side by side.
That was a good
Ooh.
run.
Nice job.
Good looking run.
Struggled a little with his fingers on the top rung, I thought, but he was good.
Yeah,
06 in.
Didn't really snap that grab. His in time's been
Time
going down
for
and down.
Sayville. 6.40. 640.
Best
That's,
shot for this new
that's their
group.
best
yeah.
shot of the year right there, 640. So like you said, Rob, it's getting better each week.
I think that's his best shot, being Matty Maris as a third man. So it's going in
Up
the
to
right
the
direction,
lights.
and that in time's
Number
going. Once it gets
19,
into the 4 rows, that's a pretty good number. We're not seeing a lot of. So
100%. That used to be the judge when you get that in guy. If he can get
Right.
in there at 4-0, right, you're like, okay, this is good.
Yep,
And
get
And
there.
he's doing it.
when you can do that with that speed and make that transition, that's usually
100%.
when your your numbers start to come down pretty dramatically.
Patchogue at 725 for the Selden drill. First time we saw him this year.
All right, Patchogue's off. Ooh, second man, a little stumble towards the bottom.
That's a new take on the shirt up top here.
Yeah, Slowpoke's coming out with a jailbird-looking shirt, similar to Patchogue, but gray and black
Time for
stripes
Patchogue.
as opposed to black and white.
10.59. 10.59. Up to the lights. Number 20. The West Islip Raiders.
All right, West Islip, they got to run. If they run a 6, they can get in the money here. 713, Hagerman sticking around 5th place. West Islip, last team to come to the line here in 3-man ladder.
West Islip's best 872 at the Lindenhurst invite.
713 hanging in 5th.
789 last year at the CI. Got toe up front with the red hair.
All
Might have
right,
been out a little early.
Raiders are off. Lost his hands a little at the top for the third man.
And I thought that would have been one of their better runs in the last couple of years.
Time for West Islip. 7.79.
Turns out it was.
It is.
79.
Yeah, he cleans it up a little bit there. He could take another half a second off
Yeah,
that.
I agree with you, Billy. So the CI is going to win that with a 635. Right on their heels is West Sable, 640. Going to get 4. Bayshore sticks
Boom,
around in
the
third with
equipment.
that 673. 6-8
Results,
by Miller
three-man
Place
ladder.
is going to get 2, and Hagerman's going to
First
get
place,
1
5
here.
points with a time of
7:13.
6.35. Number 7, Central Islip. Second place, 4 points. Number 17, West Sayville. Third place, 3 points. Number 8, Bayshore. Fourth place, 2 points. Number 16, Miller Place. Fifth place, 1 point. Number 5, Hagerman.
All right, so the Suffolk County drill is off and getting started. We're going to turn this around up here and get some B ladder ready. You guys are good for some commercials down there while they reset the track?
We'll even see some C trucks today, maybe, finally this year.
Yeah, how about that?
I got to tell you. All right, we'll see you after the
We'll
commercial.
be back.
As the longest-running sponsor of the New York State Fire Department Drill Team's live broadcast, High Tech Fire and Safety is fired up for another summer of heart-pounding action on the track. Since 1989, High Tech is the exclusive home of Morning Pride bunker gear, the gold standard in firefighter protection. High Tech is your source for the full product lines from Genesis, Mercedes, Elkhart, Toxic Suppression, and more. High Tech is your one-stop shop for a full range of helmets, hoods, boots, and gloves. To check out a product in your firehouse or to speak with one of their friendly team members, reach out at 631-777-5170 or visit hightechfireny.com. ProLiner Rescue has been serving the fire, EMS, and police industry for over 25 years. As the exclusive Long Island dealers for KME, Braun, Crestline, Wheeled Coach, Road Rescue, and Demers, their factory-certified sales and service technicians ensure their customers are ready to respond at any moment. Their full-service body shop can handle all of your paint, collision, and fabrication needs. In addition, their electrical technicians build the most extensive and high-quality conversion vehicles available. Did we mention they also love a good B or C truck restoration? Check them out at ProLinerRescue.com and let ProLiner help you build your next vehicle. Fire Rescue Systems has been in the fire industry for over 20 years and is proud to show their support for New York State Fire Department drill teams. Serving the New York area with a complete software solution for emergency service entities, FRS software is efficient and easy to use, making it ideal for emergency situations. Fire Rescue Systems has been in the fire industry for over 20 years and is proud to show their support for New York State Fire Department drill teams. Serving the New York area with a complete software solution for emergency service entities, FRS software is efficient and easy to use. Challenge. Bill Fox Company is the recognized name in recognizing people. Check them out on Facebook, Twitter, and on the web at www.billfoxco.com. The instantaneous on-scene electronic personnel accountability system used by the FDNY and many other fire departments nationwide is now available from Systems Definition Incorporated or your local Motorola dealer. SDI is a well-known software application developer for FDNY and is the company behind this game-changing technology. SDI has paired with New York fire departments, including Central Islip, to solve the challenge of accounting for members who respond after the tones go off. Now, SDI integrates your Scott SCBA to display pass alarms and telemetry air data. Also, is your department using Kenwood? Viking radios can now interface with their systems, increasing interoperability with your neighboring departments. Keep track of your members at your next big incident with a proven solution designed with the New York State Volunteer Department in mind. For more information, visit systemsdefinition.com. When it comes to speed, power, and precision, only the best will do. Merkel Racing Engines is proud to be the official race engine sponsor of New York State Fire Department drill teams. For over 40 years, Merkel Racing Engines has delivered reliable power to B and C trucks on the track. With a combined 250 years of in-house racing and engine experience, put your trust in Merkel to power your drill team to success. For more info, visit merkelracing.com. Merkel Racing Engines, where power and performance meet reliability. Adept Technology Consulting is proud to be joining the drill team family as the exclusive IT professionals for New York State Fire Department drill teams. Adept delivers computer and technology support to fire departments, EMS agencies, businesses, villages, and libraries throughout the tri-state area. In addition to computer support and knowledge, Adept also provides IP telephone and camera solutions, as well as a variety of technology assistance packages, all with 24-hour support. No IT problem is too little or too large for Adept. For more information or to speak to an IT professional, call 631-676-1756 or head to adept-techconsulting.com. Integrated Wireless Technologies is proud to be the exclusive Motorola dealer for New York State Fire Department drill teams. IWT offers the full line of Motorola products to fire departments, as well as David Clark headsets and sound-off signal emergency lights. IWT is your one-stop shop for custom-engineered radio solutions, licensing assistance, dispatch solutions, and top-notch reliable service with fully insured technicians. Start off your next radio upgrade with IWT. Check out their website at www.goiwt.com. Looking for the perfect gift or custom gear that actually stands out? At Decker Dan's Designs, they laser engrave everything. Tumblers, plaques, hats, axe plaques, keychains, bottle openers, koozies, cutting boards, glassware, parade axes, trophies, nameplates, and so much more. Whether you're honoring a hero, gearing up for an event, or repping your department with pride, they've got the creativity, the tools, and the turnaround to deck you out fast. Every item is crafted with precision, made to last, and designed to get people talking. Email them at deckerdansdesigns@gmail.com or DM on Facebook or Instagram. And don't forget to follow them to see their latest work, giveaways, and behind-the-scenes action. BigBucksMania.com. Get ready once again for the Middle Island Fire Department's Big Bucks Mania Party and Raffle on Sunday, May 31st, 2026. Over $39,000 in prizes and 24 chances to win, including a top prize of $17,000. Tickets are only $100, and your entry includes a delicious barbecue, door prizes, and live music featuring Sweet Ride, with the gate opening at 1 p.m. Don't miss out on the fun, the food, and the fortune. Most important, you do not need to be present to win, so the Middle Island Fire Department invites New York State Fire Department drill team fans from across the country to buy in using their convenient and secure online purchasing system. Head to Big Bucks
Contest to be run. Moto Hook and Ladder, Class B. New York State record, 4.82, held by West Sayville. Track record, 4.85. Also held by West Sayville. There is no overtime in this contest, no overtime. Up to the lights, number 4, the Lindenhurst now.
We're getting ready for B ladder here, the Suffolk County drill. Lindenhurst going to come to the line. No points in 3-man. You know, little. They were talking about Bob Peckham before the drill started, and I know there was, I think it was a county leg trophy in Peckham's name. I don't know if it's still there, but Bob was very instrumental in that dinner and a lot of things that were happening in Old Fashioned at the time and here in the drill scene as well. So he will be missed. Well thought of gentleman. Little shout out also to Ben Azzaro. Ben Azzaro passed away, member of the 1992 Redskins state champions. So remembering Ben today as well.
Celebrating Ben and state championship. There we go.
That's the better way.
Ben
Celebrating
had a great laugh that you'll remember forever.
All right, here's Lindenhurst on the line right now. 2 6-14s this year for these guys. Knocking the door of the 5 for Kevin Rivera.
Yeah, they seem to be improving, right? His climb seemed to be getting better.
All right, here they go. Just inside the 6, ladder wobbles on the way up, finally makes it to the top.
Yeah, that would have been a tough one to scale when he first got on it, Rob. That thing was left, right, left, right.
Yeah, they were deep right there, and they just were out of sync at that point. And when the ladder went in, it was crooked, and there was no momentum to get the ladder to the arch.
8.97, 8.97.
290 in the ground, about a foot over the 6-foot line.
Number 5, the Hagerman Gamblers.
Couldn't tell if that truck slid a little bit right there, or
I was actually thinking the same thing, Paul, just a little bit, and which might have brought them in deeper than they want to be. Most teams do not want to be inside that 6 foot.
Agreed.
Here come the gamblers right now. 5:54 at the Joe. One of the better shots in the last couple seasons for these guys.
It was a little bit cooler out here last night on the East End, so the pavement may be reflecting that this morning.
We said, that we've been talking about Hagerman, for their fortunes to improve, and their fortunes have been pretty good. 3 years in a row, top 5 state drill, but they have to start hitting these early races at some point. Grab a couple points, show some improvement on the times, because when you get to the state drill, you're going to need points. 2 years in a row, they've won most points after ladders. That's great. But you got to throw some in the
That gets old quick.
Yeah, that's not going to get you everything.
Yeah, I lived on that for a while. That's not fun. It's good, but it's not great.
That's true.
That'll get you 4th place every time.
Good, but not great. Yep.
All right, Robertaccio ready to take them away. They got these big, wide front tires. Let's see how they stop. In the rough.
Truck
They take
did
an
not
extra
sound good.
step. Aaron's in.
That's a nice looking run.
solid
See,
climb.
Yeah, it looks like they've ran here before, right? He was right where he wanted to be. I thought they took, like you said, an extra step. They could have went down quicker, but I don't know if that would have helped them in terms of the whole transition.
Time for Hagerman. 5.435.
There you go. Good shot right there for Hagerman.
They got to be happy with that, 43.
Yeah, 263 in the ground.
That's a nice number.
Central Islip.
I thought the truck sounded a little weird coming down.
I was going to say it sounded like it broke up just a little
Yeah.
bit, but it couldn't have been too bad for
No.
them to dig into 2.6s.
2.6s with that extra step, right? I mean, if they actually went straight down, it probably would have been a little forceful. Might have tossed a couple guys off the ladder, so that they had it where they wanted it. If they can run 5.4 or better, they're going to be thrilled the rest of the year.
Yeah, 5.4. They're best in 3 or 4 years here. So
Nice
good looking shot right there.
Speaking of good-looking shots, here come the hobos.
And it's not going to be easy to do, but if you can bring that ladder straight into the ground, Paul, they could take a 10th off of that.
Oh, I was going to say more.
Just to start.
100%. But then they got to be ready for it, too.
Yeah, it's a different ride, so you almost have to change the way you run a little bit. All right, Danny Jackson and the hobos.
Hobos last tournament here, 5:11 at the Hagerman invite for Labor Day. Maybe we'll see another 4 out of this kid right here.
There they go. They had to lunge a little bit. Richie's in. He eats it up. Ooh, just barely gets
does a nice
to
job.
the top.
His
wasn't-
chest
listen,
drags across the ladder, but he
that
still
wasn't
has
a-
enough length to make the top
Wasn't a
run.
regular Richie ladder right there, but he made it work. Ladder was getting away from him.
Time for Central Islip.
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah, it
5.085.
5:08, and it was
We
a
got
lot
to
of-
clean that up a little bit, boys.
Wouldn't everybody like a screw up like that?
Up to the lights. Number 8, the Bayshore Redskins.
264 in the ground.
Another great number in
Yeah.
the ground. And they, like you said, Rob, the last one took an extra step. They
Yeah.
get 2.6. These guys lunge
Right.
and they get 2.6. If they go straight down, that's a no time. They're outside the yellow.
Yes, 100%.
Once again, veterans, guys that know where they are. Track
saw
sense.
that,
They
yep.
knew what to do. Not only they know what to do, they did it together. The ladder didn't weak down. That's a no time. They're outside the yellow.
Yes, 100%.
Once again, veterans, guys that know where they are. Track
saw
sense.
that,
They
yep.
knew what to do. Not only they know what to do.
5:08. A lot of meat left on the bone with that run. That could have been a whole lot better.
I heard at home he has a stretching machine for his fingers.
He did. His chest like dragged
See, I
across
built
the
the
ladder, and
stretcher.
all of a sudden his fingers came out of nowhere and found the rung.
His fingers used to be 3 inches. Now they're 4.
Yeah, they stretch them. Is this truck pointed a little sideways?
Right
Or is
at
it
you.
me? Yeah, I thought so. So he'll straighten that out, I'm sure, as they leave the line.
Every little bit. All right, here we go.
622, their number for this year.
All right, Mo rolls it off. Just outside the 6 ladder, goes a little right, swings back center.
nice
CJ
shot.
had to pause just a little bit on his way up.
I tell you what, that ladder started coming this way pretty briskly, but Jimmy Cummings does a nice job
Time for
keeping it going
Bayshore.
to the arch.
6.09. 6.09.
Right around 2